All right, race fans, here we go. We're going to line them up 2 by 2, bumper to bumper, door to door. We're going to shut the lights off, and then we're going to be green flag racing when they come out of turn number 4. All right, down the back stretch we're going to go. We're going to fill the work on into turn number 3. Coming into the green cone, that's the start zone. Green flag's going to be in the air. They're going to motor off down on the 1 and 2. Shane Bias going to be out front. Danny O'Neill, Mark Davis, a little bit of left side, 11 and right side romance. Here comes the 05 of Dale Berry down to the bottom side of Mark Davis. Out on turn number 4 it is. Shane Bias of the race lead. Danny O'Neill second, Dale Berry third, Mark Davis fourth, and Dwayne Anderson going to round out your top 5. And Bias around in 1 and 2. That's going to give Danny O'Neill the lead down the back stretch and into 3 as the yellow flag comes out. Caution coming out for the 40B. A Shane Bias as he looped it around over there in 1 and 2. All right. Delaware double file restart. The leader's going to be out front by his lonesome. Dale Berry's in that number 2 spot. He's going to choose the top side. Mark Davis third, going to go down to the bottom side. Down the back stretch and into 3. Lights are down out of turn 4. Green flag going to be back up in the air. 1 down, 7 to go. Dale Berry trying to go top side, not able to work it. Mark Davis going to come around into that number 2 side down to the bottom. Danny O'Neill up front leading the charge. But here comes the 56 of Mark Davis. He's down on the bottom side, door to door, silhouetted down the backstretch. Shot from a cannon goes Mark Davis as he's going to take the lead going down into turn 3. But don't count out that 53 as they come out of turn number 4. You got a new race leader, the 56 of Mark Davis. Dale Berry hot on. Oh, look out. Danny O'Neill goes way up top, almost into the barricade as he's going to bring it back down onto the track. The 56, Mark Davis, your race leader, Dale Berry. Danny O'Neill, Shane Bias, and Dwayne Anderson rounds out the field. Out of turn 4, it is still the 56 of Mark Davis, your race leader. Dale Berry holds on to that number 2 spot all over the back bumper of Mark Davis. As they come out of turn number 4, you're going to see 2 more trips around for the 56 of Mark Davis. Dale Berry's going to have to make something happen here. He's going to have about a track and a half left. As they come out of turn 4, we're going to see the white flag. 1 to go for the 56 of Mark Davis. Dale Berry, Danny O'Neill, Shane Bias, and Dwayne Anderson. Out the field's lined out single file. Down the back stretch and into 3 for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag going to the 56 of Mark Davis. Dale Berry, Danny O'Neill, 1, 2, and 3. All right, here we go. Heat number 2 on the pole. Going to be the 164 of Michael Muskrat into his outside, the 11 of Derek Brown. Row number 2 is going to be the 5 of Peyton McDowell and the 2A of Ace O'Neill. But it does not look like Peyton McDowell's able to make the call in the 5 machine. right, lights down. We're going to be green flag racing as they come out of turn number 4. Michael Muskrat, Derek Brown on that front row. Peyton McDowell unable to make the call, so that's going to put the 2A of Ace O'Neill, your current points leader, back there all by his little lonesome. Down the back stretch and into 3, we're going to go. Out of turn number 4, green flag is going to be in the air. Yeah, Derek Brown, see you bye-bye as he slingshotted on that. Now he's going to slingshot down the back stretch. He's already got separation between him and the 164 Michael Muskrat as they come out of turn number 4. Lap 1 goes to Derek Brown, Michael Muskrat, Ace O'Neill is how the field's lined out. I tell you what, Derek Brown, unusual color pattern there, the red, white, yellow, and black, but that thing is lined out and booking it. I mean, he's already got about a half a straightaway lead over the 164 of Michael Muskrat, who sits in second. Ace O'Neill back there in third. But out front, all by himself, like a chess club president on prom night, going to be the 11 of Derek Brown as he's going to come out of turn number 4, leading the charge down into 1 and 2. He's going to go. Derek Brown down the back stretch, still got the race lead. Michael Muskrat sits in second. Ace O'Neill still in third as we're kind of single file all the way through the field right now, with separation in between all 3 cars. The 11, Derek Brown, come out of turn 4. Going to see the white flag, one more trip around. He's got to hit his marks. He can hold on and get a heat race win here tonight at the mighty Midway for our ACES Wild. 777 to win for the Super Stocks as Derek Brown takes the checkered flag for Heat 2. Michael Muskrat second, and Ace O'Neill going to be that top 3. Well, the only 3 for this heat race, as the 5 of Peyton McDowell was unable to make the call. All right, race fans, up next going to be your POWRi B mods. Heat 1 on the pole is going to be the 18 of the high side hustler, Austin Joplin, and his outside the 77 of Jeremy Hazel. Row 2, you got the 68 of Donnie Betts and the 86 of Jeff Albright. And row number 3, going to be the 2 of Eric Graves. Lights are down, race fans. We're going to be green flag for your POWRi B mod heat number 1 as they come in to turn number 3. Austin Joplin going to be on that front row. Jeremy Hazel there with him. Green flag's going to be up and out and in the air. Austin Joplin took off like a rocket as Donnie Betts, Jeremy Hazel going to be door to door. Here comes the 86 of Jeff Albright. Eric Graves going to come around on the top shelf as you've got a 4-car battle for second, almost 3 wide down the front stretch. going to be 3 wide through 1 and 2. Coming out of 2 down the back stretch they go. Eric Gray's going to be sitting there watching the action unfold as Donnie Betts slides up, chops the nose off of Eric Gray's. Austin Joplin, he says, y'all have fun. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Jeremy Hazel holds on to second. Jeff Albright third. Donnie Betts fourth. And Eric Graves rounds out your 5th numbered car as it is still Hazel in second. Albright down on the bottom side having a little bit of trouble getting around that 77 machine, but he's got it figured out now as Jeff Albright's going to move into second. Hazel going to shuffle back to third. Donnie Betts going to go down to the bottom side, going to try to follow Albright. As laps are ticking down here, Austin Joplin in the 18, the high side hustler, still your race leader as he's got about 3/4 of the track on the rest of the field. Jeff Albright sits in second, and Jeremy Hazel, Donnie Betts, and Eric Graves. As Eric Graves is having a hard time trying to get up and around. As we got 2 more trips around here. Oh, look out, the 2 of Eric Graves looping around down to the bottom side of turn 4. Yellow is out, yellow is out, yellow has come out. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. Delaware double file restart as we go down to the 3. Austin Joplin, your race leader. Green flags back in the air. Can Austin Joplin regain that lead and stretch it back out? Jeff Albright going to be right there in second. Donnie Betts slides up to third as Jeremy Hazel going to be sitting there in fourth. Eric Graves still stuck in fifth, trying to find a way to get around these cars. As we got the white flag, 1 to go. Oh, big crossover by Eric Graves. As he's going to be into the side of Jeremy Hazel. They're going to make contact through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch and into 3 for the final time. Albright, Joplin. Who's it going to be? Checkered flag for the 18 of Austin Joplin. Jeff Albright and Donnie Betts, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to pick up a little bit of debris. We're going to lay a little bit of moisture down on the top side of 1 and 2. Is that the way? Make the track a little racier, a little funner, more funner. I know, that's not a real word. Don't judge me. You guys having fun so far? Ron, what about you? Is that a yes? Give me a thumbs up if you're having fun. You know what's funny? I was talking to Ron, but I got like 15 people to put their thumbs up. I didn't say Simon Says. Okay, Simon Says, pat your head. All right, stop. Well, you lost. All right, Simon Says stop. I got one little boy down here. He just kept patting his head. He gonna give himself brain damage. Do that long enough. He gonna be walking out of here all cockeyed and kind of wobbling. Like, what's wrong? Simon Says hit me in the head 1 too many times. You know the sun's gone down, right? Like, you can take the sunglasses off. Okay, thumbs up. Guess he's having fun. Oh, now he takes them off. You know what? Put them back on. Put them back on. Yeah, way better. There you go. Looks way better, but way better on. Man, I almost need to put my sunglasses on when he took his off. I'm serious. So as you can see, we got the track owner, Clint Gann, exiting stage right as we roll out heat 2 for your POWRi B-Mods. On the pole, going to be the 24, Joshua Reddy, and to his outside, the 5 of Robert White. Row number 2 is going to be the 49 of Mason Rodden, and on his outside, the 16M of Brian Myers. Row number 3 going to be the 30 of Rex Harris, but I do not think he's going to make the call. So we're going to have 4 cars here for your B-Mods. So we're going to roll this moisture in a little bit more, and then it is time for Hornet heat races up next. And I tell you what, I'm excited about this. 3 heat races, 3 heats, 8 cars per heat for $1,111 to win later on tonight for your POWRi Hornets. It is gonna be awesome. So y'all just make sure you got your eyes on the track when the Hornets roll out, because it's going to be ridiculous. All right. We're stacking them up bumper to bumper, door to door. Lights are down, green flag will be coming out next time by as they come out of turn number 4. Joshua Reddy, Robert White on that front row, Mason Rodden, the Batman, Brian Myers going to be sitting there in row number 2 to the outside. 8 laps the distance. As we go down into turn 3, coming out of turn number 4. Whoa! Green flag is in the air. Down to 1 and 2. Joshua Reddy going to throw it down on the bottom side. Going to chop the nose off of Robert White. Robert White going to drive right to the back bumper. Come back down on the bottom side. Rodden and Myers going to battle it out back there for 3rd and 4th as lap 1 goes to the 24. Joshua Reddy. Robert White 2nd. Mason Rodden 3rd. And Brian Myers 4th. Joshua Reddy, still your race leader. He has got a little bit of separation between him and Robert White back here in the back of the pack. The 49, Amazing Rodden and Brian Myers still battling it out for 3rd and 4th. Myers trying to find a line to get around him, but Rodden's playing some pretty good defense right there. As the field works through 1 and 2, Myers has got a run out of 2 down the backstretch. You got a new number 3 as they go into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, it is the 24, Joshua Reddy, your race leader, been in charge since the drop of green. Robert White second. Brian Myers now up into third, and Mason Rodden shuffles back into that number 4 spot. Joshua Reddy holds on to the race lead, but Robert White, he gets close. He gets up there to the back bumper, and then Reddy kind of pulls away. They're going to cross the stripe 2 more trips around. 2 to go for the 24 and Joshua Reddy. Out of turn 4, you're going to see yellow flag. The yellow is out, coming out for the 49 of Mason Rodden. All right, here we go down the back stretch. Into 3, going to be single file. Coming out of turn number 4, green and white, 1 more trip around. As they're going to go down to the 1 and 2, Robert White stomp on the loud pedal down the back stretch. He's going to go. You got a drag race into 3. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag waves 4. The 5 of Robert White going to take the checker. Joshua Reddy second. Whoo! I had to get some expertise advice on that one because I couldn't call it. Here we go. Heat 1 for your POWRi Hornets on the pole. Going to be the 6 of Dustin Reeves into his outside. The 7 of Aaron Douglas. Row 2, the 18 of Corey Henson. And the 21J of Jason Weber. Row 2, row 3, you got the 2 of Justin Day and the 21 of Chance Elio. And row number 4 going to be the 3M of Bobby Mooney and the 69 of Alvin Cooney. All right, race fans, here we go. 8 laps of distance, 8 cars, $1,111 will be on the line later tonight. Top 14 in passing points move on to the feature. Everybody else going through an A main. Out at turn number 4, green flag is in the air. Oh, they're already bumping and banging 3 wide going down into turn 1. Dustin, oh, look out, the 7 of Aaron Douglas off the power, but he's going to stomp back on the loud pedal. Dustin Reeves out front, Jason Weber second, Corey Henson third, but here comes the 2 of Justin Day. As Justin Day is going to be right there to the inside of Corey Henson. He's going to be up into the number 3 spot, but out front it is all the 6 of Dustin Reeves. But here comes that 21J of Jason Weber. Jason Weber all over the back bumper there of Dustin Reeves. Reeves is exceptionally fast anywhere he races. Justin Day going to be sitting there in that number 3 spot all by his lonesome. Oh, look out, we got one around. Aaron Douglas Gets taken around by the 21, 𝐋𝐞𝐿𝐲. Yellow is out. Yellow is out for the 7 of Aaron Douglas after him and the 21 𝐋𝐞𝐿𝐲 get together. All right, race fans, they're going to be Delaware double file restart, and they're going to be green flag when they come out of turn 4. Dustin Reeves, your race leader. Jason Weber, second. Justin Day, third. That's your top 3. Out of turn 4, green flag is going to be in the air for your POWRi Hornets, 1100 to win. Down in the 1 and 2. Oh, here comes, Mooney and Day get together, but everybody's going to stay clean and clear. Corey Wilson goes way up towards the wall. Out front, it is still the 6 of Dustin Reeves as they work through 3 and 4. Jason Weber, Justin Day, Bobby Mooney, and Alvin Cooney, your top 5. Followed in by Corey Henson and the 21 𝐋𝐞𝐿𝐲. Down into turn 3, Jason Weber is still all over the back bumper of that 6 machine of Dustin Reeves. You're going to see 2 more trips around here for heat number 1. 3 heats total, 24 cars checked in. Only 20 are going to make it to the show tonight. Down into turn 3, it is Dustin Reeves coming out of turn 4. White flag, 1 to go. Jason Weber knows he's got to make a move now if he's going to do it. Down the back stretch and into 3 they go for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Jason Weber, Justin Day, 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to wrap up heat number 1 for your POWRi Hornets. Here we go, heat 2 on the pole, going to be the 15 of Travis Bockover into his outside, the 16W of Dylan Whitley. Row number 2 is going to be the 45 of Michael McKnight and the 63W of David Kirkpatrick. Row 3 is going to be the 18K of Connor Reed and the 22A of Rustin Allen. And row number 4 is going to be the 33C of Charlie O'Neill and the 33 of Tyrell Jones. Lights are down, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Whoa, where are you going? Oh, look out. Oh, Connor Reed, Tyrell Jones getting together back here at the back part of the field, but out front it is a 16W of Dylan Whitley. As here comes the 63W of David Kirkpatrick. Oh, Jones all over the place. Tyrell Jones is bumping and banging everybody. That's unlike Tyrell. I've watched him race a lot. Into 3 they go. Coming out of turn number 4, it is still the 16W of Dylan Whitley. David Kirkpatrick. The 22A of Rustin Allen coming up to 3rd. That's the 45 of Michael McKnight going to be right there. Here comes the 33 of Tyrell Jones. He's going to be up into 4th. Tyrell Jones trying to get as much passing points as possible because that's how you make it into the A main. as Jones has officially secured that number 4 spot. Dylan Whitley still your race leader. David Kirkpatrick hot on his heels. Rustin Allen sits in third. Tyrell Jones, Michael McKnight, your top 5. Then you got the 18K of Connor Reach, the 15 of Travis Bockover, rounding out your field. So you got 2 cars up front, then you got separation, then 2 more cars, then separation, then 2 more cars, then separation, and then your last car. Laps ticking down here for heat number 2 of your POWRi Hornets, $1,111 to win. They're going to cross the stripe, 2 more trips around. David Kirkpatrick trying to make a run on the top side. As Kirkpatrick trying to run down that 16W with Dylan Whitley. The 3C of Charlie O'Neill in the infield. White flag, 1 to go. As Whitley holds on to that race lead. There goes the 3C of Charlie O'Neill. He's going to rejoin the field. Checkered flag wave for the 16W of Dylan Whitley. David Kirkpatrick second, and Rustin Allen your top 3. Here we go, heat number 3, our third and final heat. On the pole, going to be the 80 of Jim Cook, and his outside the 2M of Corbin Mooney. Row number 2 is going to be the 51F of Monty Barclay, and to his outside the 9 of Max Dunn. Row number 3 is going to be the 316 of Stephen Bevilles, and on his outside the 85J of Joseph Aiken. Row number 4 is going to be the 44 of Peyton Willis, and the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Here we go. We're going to fill the work on into turn 3 as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Oh, contact. Oh! The 9 of Max Dunn, Jordan Goddard kind of got together. Peyton Willis involved. Joseph Aiken kind of T-boned Peyton Willis. Looks like the bumper of Max Dunn's car is kind of not connected anymore. Peyton Willis got T-boned by the 85J of Joseph Aiken. Oh, they're calling for the wrecker, folks. Calling for the wrecker. As we got trouble. We got trouble down here in 1 and 2. Max Dunn there in the number 9 car, that red and white car, beautiful looking car. Peyton Willis, she's there in the 44 machine, and I believe she's what we're calling the wrecker for. That left front on Peyton Willis's car just does not seem. Yeah, the left front on that 44, Peyton Willis, is not correct. Something is broken. That 85J car right there just had nowhere to go. So I didn't see the whole thing, but I know Jordan Goddard was in there. Max Dunn was there. And then Peyton Willis come in afterwards. And then Joseph Aiken tried to slam on the brakes as Willis come down in front of him, but he just couldn't get it stopped in time. You can see that red and white number 9. He's missing a front bumper. He's missing a front bumper. He kind of got collected in there. Again, I didn't see it, so I'm not 100% sure what happened. I just caught the back end of that little incident. And when I looked up, Max Dunn was facing the wrong direction, and his bumper was by his passenger door. All right, so we're going to get the cars lined up in the correct starting positions, back in the correct lineup, and then we're going to try this again. All right, so we didn't get a lap completed, which means we're going to restack them back up, and we're going to try this again. Oh, they're going to split the safety truck. Hold on, are the safety trucks going to run in this race too? They want a shot at $1,100. Never mind, they're going to the infield. Into 3 we're going to go. Coming out of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. Down on 1 and 2, Jim Cook, Corbin Mooney, they are door to door. And you got the 316 of Stephen Beevils right there on Mooney's bumper. Jordan Goddard's got some damage to his front. And Joseph Aitken is over there on the back stretch. And I'm being told he is broke pretty good. As it looks like the 07 of Goddard may have gotten into him, as he's got significant damage to the front bumper of his ride. And I don't know what's going on with Joseph Aitken. All right, so we started with 8. We're down to 5. We lost Peyton Willis. We lost Joseph Aiken. And Jordan Goddard was sent off the track. So they're going to get the Midway Speedway safety, tow truck over there. They're going to give the 85J Joseph Aiken a little bit of help. Why does, from my view, it looks like Joseph is climbing in the back window of his race car. All right, race fans, we're going to snug them up. Delaware double file, restart the 80 of Jim Cook, going to be out front all by his lonesome. Corbin Mooney sits in second. He's going to go to the top side. Stephen Beeville's going to go down to the bottom side. Oh, he's sitting in the trunk. Okay. That works. And he's waving farewell to his fellow Hornet drivers. Down into 3, they're going to go. Jim Cook leads them. Coming out of turn number 4, green flag is going to be back in the air. Jim Cook leading the charge. He's moving, but oh, look out. The 316 kind of locked up the brakes. Mooney almost connected him, but Stephen Beeville's going into number 2 spot. Monty Barclay going to be sitting there in 4th. Max Dunn back there at the back part of the track in 5th. As your leader, the 80, Jim Cook, going to cross the stripe with another lap lead. Corbin Mooney's making headroom now as he's got to run on that number 2 spot. The 2M trying to get into the 2 spot, but he's got that 316 right in front of him as they're going to have a little right side romance and left side 11. Down the front stretch into turn 1, they're going to go. Corbin Mooney going to try to get a quicker run out of turn 2. Not able to get it to stick as the 316 holds on to the race lead. Coming out of turn 4, it is still the 80 of Jim Cook. Jim Cook out of Lynn Creek, Missouri. Out front, he's been in charge since the drop of green. As we got 2 more trips around here for the 80 of Jim Cook. And that beautiful orange, yellow, and white car as he's going to go down into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, you got the white flag. It is Cook, Beeville, Mooney, Barclay, and Dunn. Down the back stretch, they're going to go for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 80 at Jim Cook, Stephen Beevils, and Corbin Mooney, your top 3. All right, here we go. We're going to clean some debris off the track, and then it's time for our next class of heat races. And it's going to be your POWRi Pure Stocks. What? Yeah, it's the sky. Oh, we got a flyover. My race director said, yeah, there's a few flies. The biggest one's in the flag stand. Here we go, heat 1 for your POWRi Pure Stocks. On the pole, going to be the 26 of Preston McDowell, to his outside, the 68 of Rhonda Lamke. Road 2, going to be the 42E of Trevor Ellingson, and to his outside, the 14 of Derek Davis. Row 3, going to be the 21 of Peyton McDowell, and the 75T of Tyler Shane. And row number 4, going to be the 42 of Alex Thomas, a.k.a. I Love Hot Moms. Out of turn 4, it's time for a little pure pandemonium. Oh, bumping and banging going through 1 and 2 between McDowell, Davis, and Lamke. As it is Preston McDowell, your race leader, but here comes Trevor Ellingson around on the outside. Trevor Ellingson got a good run down the back stretch into 3. He's got a nose out on Preston McDowell, but how's it going to turn? Coming out of turn 4, you got a new race leader, the 42E. Preston McDowell sits there in 2nd. Peyton McDowell 3rd, Tyler Shane 4th, Derek Davis 5th, Rhonda Lamke, Alex Thomas. Trevor Ellington trying to get as big as lead as possible to get away from that 21 of Peyton McDowell, as Preston McDowell starting to impede the process there for Peyton. As Tyler Shane now coming up to the bottom side of Peyton McDowell, going to use Preston to his advantage. As they're going to go through 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4 is Trevor Ellingson, Preston McDowell, Peyton McDowell by half a car. Tyler Shane there in 4th. Tyler Shane not going to back down, not going to give up, going to hammer down the back stretch they go. Silhouetting it down into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Trevor Ellingson. Oh, Peyton McDowell holds on by half a car. Tyler Shane knows he's got to stomp on the loud pedal if he's going to get up and around that 21, that power wagon right there. White flag, 1 to go for the 42E of Trevor Ellingson. Tyler Shane now up into 3rd. Oh, Shane's got a run on Preston. You got a new number 2. Into 3, they're going to go for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag for Trevor Ellingson. Peyton McDowell 2nd, Tyler Shane 3rd. Here we go. Heat number 2 on the pole. Going to be the 0 of James Reedus, and his outside the 32 of Richard Adams. Row number 2 is going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell and the 13 of Greg Dykstra. Row number 3 going to be the 32A of Johnny Ray and the 19 of Trenton Houston. And row number 4, all by his lonesome, the 34 of Jared Lamke. Actually, at the back part of the field, going to be the Midway Speedway red safety truck. He's already broke. He's down in the infield. He's like, I'm out. I broke. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, green flag going to be in the air. Oh, we're going to be through 1 and 2, clean and clear, as they're going to go down the back stretch. James Reedus leads them down into turn 3. Out of turn 4 for lap 1 is James Reedus, Richard Adams, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, Trenton Houston, Johnny Ray, and Jared Lamke. It's still James Reedus, Richard Adams, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra. Now Trenton Houston trying to get up there, trying to get a little daily double 2-for-1 special. Going to try to pick off Dykstra and McDowell all at the same time. He's got Dykstra picked off. Now he's going to the top shelf to try to run down McDowell. Out front, it is all the 0 of James Reedus. As Reedus got a lot of separation between him and Richard Adams in that 32 machine. Out of turn 4, Trenton Houston up to 3rd. Now Trenton Houston going to try to run down that 32 machine of Richard Adams. It's all James Reedus out front. Richard Adams, Trenton Houston, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, Johnny Ray, and Jared Lamke. That's how the field lined out as laps tick down. You got to see 2 more trips around this time by. Single file all the way through the field. As we come out of turn 4, we're going to see the white flag. 1 more trip around for the 0 of James Reedus. Richard Adams, Trenton Houston, your top 3 as Houston all over the back bumper there. Richard Adams going to try to run him down the back stretch. But coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for your winner, the 0 of James Reedus. Richard Adams 2nd, and Trenton Houston takes home that number 3 spot for our final heat race and your POWRi Pure Stocks. All right, so before we roll out the Midwest Modified heat races, we are going to lay a little moisture down on the track. What y'all think of these races so far? All right, here we go. Lineup for Heat 1, POWRi Midwest Modifieds. On the pole, going to be the 7 of William Garner into his outside, the 34C of Jake Carter. Row number 2, going to be the 16A of William Garner's brother, Shannon Geller, into his outside, the 6T of Austin Treadway. Row number 3, going to be the 23 of Mark Big Daddy Simon, into his outside, the 0 of Dakota Gerard. And riding shotgun in row number 4, going to be the 17 of Garrett Parker. So we do have a B feature coming up after the Midwest Modified Heat races. So like I said, we will have a B feature for your POWRi Hornets after the Midwest Modified Heat races. And only the top 6 of that B feature will move on. The remaining 4 will call it a night. All right, race fans, here we go. Lights are going down. We will be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. William Garner, Jake Carter going to be there in row number 1. Shannon Geller, Austin Treadway, Mark Simon, Dakota Gerard, Garrett Parker rounding out your field. Out of turn number 4, green flag going to be in the air. Oh, that was close. Jake Carter almost looped it around. Everybody avoided him. Woo, man, out front going to be the 7 of William Garner, Mark Simon, Dakota Gerard, your top 3. Followed, oh, Simon got a little sideways. Gerard had to stomp on the brakes. Geller comes around into 3rd. Now, oh, Geller and Simon get together. As William Garner says, y'all duke it out, I'm out of here. Dakota Gerard back to the number 2 spot. Mark Simon off the power. Mark Simon kind of coasting at the top part of the speedway as he will exit stage right. Out front, the 7 of William Garner, going to be a full straightaway over the 0 of Dakota Gerard. Garrett Parker, Shannon Geller, Jake Carter battle now for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Garner is G-O-N-E, gone, ladies and gentlemen. Dakota Gerard going to have a lot of work to do to run him down. Garrett Parker trying to get up into that number 3 spot as he's going to have 3 into 3. Now at turn 4, it is Garrett Parker in a 3rd. Shannon Geller 4th, Jake Carter 5th. Now Jake Carter coming down to the bottom side of Shannon Geller. Your race leader, William Garner, crossing the stripe, 2 to go, and Carter goes around in 3 and 4. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. William Garner had a demanding lead, and it has been cut down because of a caution flag brought out by the 34, Jake Carter. So we're going to Delaware double file restart into 3. Coming out of turn 4, green flag going to be in the air. William Garner going to try to get back that lead he had as we got 2 more trips around. Dakota Gerard going to be right there to the back bumper. Garrett Parker's going to be there as well. Dakota Gerard coming around on the top side trying to get some momentum. White flag, 1 to go. Jake Carter up on the top side. He's got something working as Carter going to get into 3rd. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag to the 7 of William Garner. Dakota Gerard and Jake Carter up to 3rd after he spun out 2 laps ago. Woo, that's fun. So that's going to wrap up heat number 1. Up next is going to be heat number 2 on the pole. Going to be the 77 of Zach Willis. And to his outside, the 28D of Dylan. Oh, just kidding. We got water coming out. So apparently the track ordered a drink. Well, I thought we was rolling the next heat. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting lineup for heat number 2. On the pole is that 77 of Zach Willis, and to his outside, the 28D of Dylan Dampier. Row 2, you got the 8K of Tyler Cadustin and the 66 of Zachary Martin. And row 3, you're going to be the 7C of Derek Cook and the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Lights are going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. 8 laps of distance here for heat number 2, Midwest Modifieds. Green flag is in the air. Down to 1 and 2, they're going to go. Zach Willis out front of the 77. Here comes the 8K, Tyler Cadunstone. Out of turn 4, it is the 8K for lap number 1. Zach Willis, Derek Cook, your top 3. Followed in by Martin Dampier, Ragland, but now Ragland got a good run down on the bottom side to get around Dampier as Cook trying to get up the second. As you're going to see 2 down, 6 to go for the 8K and Tyler Cadunstone. Butcher his last name every time. Derek Cook in that 7C looking good tonight as he's running a good race. Zach Willis sits in second or third. Zachary Martin going to be back there in that number 4 spot. As Tyler Cadunstone going to come out of turn 4, he's going to see 4 down, 4 to go. We're halfway home. The 8K got a tremendous lead as Willis and Martin going to be duking it out like 2 prize fighters for 3rd and 4th. As here comes your race leader, 6 down, 2 to go. Zachary Martin still trying to get around the 77 of Willis. Coming out of turn 4, white flag for the 8K and Tyler Cadunstone. Derek Cook second, Zach Willis holds on to 3rd. It's going to be checkers or records for the 66 of Zachary Martin. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag for the 8K and Tyler Cadunstone. Derek Cook, Zachary Willis, 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, somebody asked me where my other pen was, so I said this is the pen I'm using because I reached in and grabbed it. Row 1 for Heat 3, going to be the 6 of Corey Henson and the 83 of Ben Newell. Row number 2 going to be the 27R of Trice Rodden and the 27 of Terry Williams. Row number 3 going to be the 44R of Randall Cushing and the 55 of Adriel Shepard. Out of turn 4. No. Back it down, gentlemen. Back it down. Out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Ben Newell going to lead them on down to the 1 and 2. Here comes Trice Rodden in that 27R. 1 going to go to the 83 of Ben Newell. Trice Rodden second, Terry Williams third. Corey Henson sitting in that number 4 spot. Yeah, to turn number 4, you got 2 down, 6 to go for the 83 of Ben Newell. Trice Rodden sitting there in second, Terry Williams, Corey Henson fourth. Adriel Shepard sits in the number 5 spot, Randall Cushing 6. Laps ticking down here for the 83. We are halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go for the 83 of Ben Newell. Yellow, yellow, yellow is out, yellow is out. Here we go. Ben Newell out front, 5 down, 3 to go. Green flag going to be in the air. Randall Cushing down on the bottom side trying to get around Corey Henson. They touch. A little bit of contact there between Cushing and Henson. Now Trice Rodden holds on to second over the 27 of Terry Williams, but out front all by his lonesome. Gonna see the white flag, 1 to go for the 83 of Ben Newell. Down the backstretch in it's 3, they're gonna go for the final time coming. Out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 83 of Ben Newell. Trice Rodden, Terry Williams, 1, 2, and 3.